Dasaid Ministries was a little thing I did for a couple years in total, and it was an attempt at an internet ministry, and so I really think I enjoyed what I did, but I'm not so sure when I was doing Dasaid. And now that I have Anesti, I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, and I feel a little more centered or organized with the whole thing. So this is a special edition of AnestiCast's Blue Zone Extra.
Extra.
So the Dasaid YouTube channel is still up, still running, and has all of its, I think, 12 videos. And it looks pretty nice. I will show a couple clips of my videos now to give you an idea of what it was like. So let's pick one here.
You're watching the Dasaid Broadcasting Network of Dasaid Ministries. Well, hello. Welcome to Dasaid Ministries. I'm on camera.
Yeah, I'm on camera.
This is my first video on camera, as I'm sure y'all are aware. Generally, I just speak with the microphone, but this is my first on-screen appearance, you could say. This is Dasaid Ministries headquarters.
So that, as you could tell, was my first on-screen video. And what I meant by that was that before that particular video, all I did was audio things. I called them webcasts, a sort of AnestiCast, if you will, but without the video. So we have one somewhere. Here's an example of that whole deal. Enjoy. Hello, and welcome to Dasaid Ministries. I'm your host, Cade Strait, and today I'm just introducing the new webcast, and I'm going to talk about some things that will be on the webcast in the future. So the first webcast series is going to be entitled Daily Renewal, and it will be basically just a series of webcasts that will kind of teach you about just turning back to God in different situations and different moments in your life. So that's going to be up and starting with the first episode in about a week, I would say. So by about May 7th, the first episode of that webcast series should be ready. And then from there, it's still to be announced. This series, Daily Renewal, will
be a couple months long and several episodes, so stay tuned for that, and just keep checking back here at dasaid.com, or dasaid.webs.com, I should say, and like us on Facebook and Twitter and anything else where you find us. So, yeah, see you guys later.
That series never really made it past episode 2. Technically episode 1. But alas, that is what I was doing. I had just a solid screen, kind of like the Incense Hour, and I talked into the microphone. I guess my intent with the entire Das Aid thing was to spread the word of God. In fact, if you go to the About section on Das Aid Ministries, you'll see that it says we spread the word of God and the gospel of Jesus Christ through various videos and audio webcasts. I started this when I was in 10th grade, 2012, and it was originally a electronica project. It was going to be, I did one song, I believe, and then I went to ministries because it was my phase, my jerk phase, where I wanted to be some sort of televangelist on the internet, and that is what we get is Das Aid Ministries. Now, the idea behind the name was I was taking French for 10th grade and 11th grade, but in 10th grade, I figured out that the C cedilla has a little tail on the bottom. That was the whole point. You have my middle name, which has a C, and so my first two letters of my first name and my middle name, Das Aid. But K didn't sound nice, so I added the C cedilla, so it's still a C, technically. And it looked cool, I thought. The problem with this was that no one knew how to say it, and everyone was always mispronouncing it, and it just didn't make any sense, especially in terms of ministries. Das Aid Ministries, it doesn't make any sense now that I really examine it. So that's what I did for 10th and into 11th grade. Briefly, I think I only got to October. Yeah, I only got to October of 11th grade, and that's my final video, is the update. And then I had some logic sort of brought into my head, and I realized that it was kind of a joke. And I really didn't enjoy it entirely. I don't know what I was thinking. And I did some crazy things, like I bought views and subs. And so there are still 126 subscribers, but they're not active subscribers. So I have a Facebook page for that. And I've thought about taking that Facebook page and turning it into AnestiCast or something, but I really just feel that it would be good as a reminder to the past, a sort of shrine to what once was, in a way. So on December 30th, 2013, Das Aid Ministries closed. And and it's just there forever. And so I wanted to take a look back at this and show some clips, and really just be thankful for the fact that it is now a relic of the past and not the current situation. And so I could take this time to talk about, like, my well, I already kind of talked about my idea with Dash Aid, and that was being a minister, if you will. Having a ministry was, in my mind, the best thing he could do. And it just really didn't work out in a way. And I'm glad it didn't, because it's such a silly thing to me now that it kind of amazes me. And I did it for all the wrong reasons. I just wanted attention mostly. I didn't have something to say, as it were. I didn't have my own worldview that I had sort of developed, if you will. And I was just doing it for views. That was it. In competition with anyone and everybody. Anyone and anything. And so, in a way, it was sort of a passion at one point. I wanted to do a documentary about Dietrich Bonhoeffer, the very well-known Lutheran minister and dissenter to the Nazis. He was a spy against them, and I really look up to him still today, because he did it, what he did, for all the right reasons, it would seem. He really had a genuine thing going on, and that you don't see as much anymore, sadly. And the ones who do think that they're like Dietrich, Glenn Beck, they don't have a basis for why they are truly against what's going on in our current times. It's just ridiculous now, and I just have to laugh when I see televangelists and news anchors that are so set in this idea that it's the end times and that it's all bad and Christian persecution is rampant, and it blows my mind. I'm thinking, are you seeing churches being burned down in America? Are you seeing people saying you cannot practice your faith, or the government coming in and saying you can't believe these things, you can't hold services? No. That's not happening at all. So I guess Dash Aid is a nice metaphor to the idea of spreading the word, because you have a sort of messed up view of people. And what I mean by that is, I was in 10th and 11th grade, 9th and 10th grade mostly. I had a view of non-believers as unsaved people that needed to hear what I had to say, no matter what, or in a way that if someone disagreed with me, I just felt like, oh, I'm better than them or something. And it's not like I went on the street corner and preached, but I, in a way, started that, and it ended before it really got too big, because there are only 12 videos here over a course of 2 years on Dash Aid, and I'm about to have 12 videos on Anesti, and it's only been few months. So the passion is different. The why I'm doing it is much different, and I feel so relieved and happy about it all. I have something to say, and I'm not doing it for a reason of that is anything like Death Aid. It's a totally transformed thing now. It's a way of life that I'm growing into, where I understand how the world works, and I get that people have a right to their beliefs as much as I do, and so I don't feel the need to preach it out there or spread the word of God. In fact, I found some who claim to do that, and did it wrong, and we all know this. And I'll talk about them and call them out, because for one, it just amazes me, and I have a passion to talk about it. And so that's about it for this video. Let's see. I'm gonna have to keep track of which videos I showed. Okay, so I look at those videos and these videos, and I just see a difference in many ways, and this is more natural, more open. It's easier to do, and I'm better speaking in these videos than I was there. I'm a little more grown up, and so I think I will just leave these pages as a reminder of that, and they're kind of fun to go back and watch sometimes. So this has been Blue Zone Extra, and my closing words of advice are: don't forget where you came from. Don't just completely forget and discard your experiences. For one, you probably can't. There's just always might be there. And you wouldn't want to anyway, because there's a progression in life, a theosis, something that you should strive to change, because you know where you came from and you know where you're going to go. So thanks for watching, taking the time. Stay tuned for more Blue Zone and rough edits, and have a nice day, guys.
Anesti.